Hey guys, before we get into this video, I just want to make this quick update about what is going on with 7 Days to Die console and Alpha 22. This is going to be a compilation that I've put together of all of the times that Alpha 22 has been talked about and console.
No, actually, we've had a lot of questions over the years, and we've had a lot of folks ask, when are you guys going to do a console update? When are you going to do a new version of the game? And we're here to tell you that we're co-developing it with a group from Australia, Titanium Games, who's really good, and we've been working with them. They've been working on main game features with us, getting their feet wet in the game. They've done water, they've done a lot of stuff. So hats off to those guys. They happened to on a last minute request that we had about 3 hours ago. They happened to provide some video footage of 7 Days to Die running on the PlayStation 5, and we want to share that with you guys.
Nice.
So you can see a little bit of it running. You can see that it is in fact Alpha 21.
We're not just BSing you.
B159 or 259, I guess we're on, whatever number it is. It's a recent version running on the PlayStation 5.
I can. Do you want me to click over?
Yeah. So if you want to put one of the videos up,
oh, you are going to hear the game in the background because I'm still generating that map. So.
Okay. So is this the?
This is the very first clip. Yeah.
7 Days to Die one.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's going to share with you. This is first time footage of 7 Days to Die running on a PlayStation 5. You can see that it's the PlayStation 5 UI. And it's got full res texture resolution. Performance is pretty good. This is early work.
That one's really short.
Yeah. So this is PlayStation 5, guys.
Super cool.
We didn't intend to show this tonight, but we've had so much demand for an update on this, and we wanted to share a couple of videos and talk a little bit about what our tentative plan is there. So that's one video. Then there's a couple longer ones we have, but I don't know which one you want to show. I think we're talking about the one.
Yeah, which number did we say? I think it was
Parisian 1. I think that's the one we decided to show off.
Start it up.
Yeah. After this, we're going to try to get 7 Days to run on the Samsung TV, smart TV.
Commodore 64.
You heard it here first. Yes. Smart TV and Commodore 64. Some people are like, what the hell is that? Is that some new phone? What is that? It sounds interesting. I want one.
It's a brick with a screen.
It's more than brick.
So a little bit about where we're going. We're going through what's called product submission with Microsoft and Sony for the product.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Hold on. I want to point this out. I started up the video, but that random world already generated.
Oh, no, that's all right. That's all right. Oh.
Yeah. What was that? 2 minutes, everybody? 2 minutes?
Oh, you want to go back to the video?
I mean, I can. Here, let me fly up in the air so I don't get killed while I'm...
Or just hit escape.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, I do things differently, apparently. Yeah, let me rewind it so you can see the switcher.
So yeah, this is a longer video of Navigating Parisian area. You can see it's
on console.
Yeah, Alpha 21 B259. Wow. You can see the PlayStation prompts there in the screen, and you can see that it has full res texture resolution and the render distance is good. It's plays like probably a reasonably good PC would play.
Amazing.
And we're still doing a lot of optimizations to make it work on there. Yes, it's coming to Xbox. If somebody asked. So what our plan so far, it looks like PlayStation 5, Xbox S and X series will get a new product. We're trying to work with product submission on both Microsoft and Sony to see if we can get folks who owned it already a discount on the new product. Yeah, and so we've got a short Alpha 22 plan that has some features, but we think that if things go well with Alpha 22, that will be the version 1 of the new product on console, on both consoles. And as we march towards gold, we have larger aspirations for the version to do crossplay in the gold version that has bandits, etc. But we have a team working on it, and this is evidence of that.
This is evidence of someone about to die and quickly turning off the video to hide it.
But so that is the console news. Pass the word around. Word on the street, it's never coming out. Well, the word on the street is it's coming out.
Yeah.
And
it looks amazing too.
And we're excited about it. We want to have it have every feature the original had, with a lobby and at least 4-player co-op in its initial release. In the second release, that would be the gold version of 7 days. We're hoping we'd have full-on cross-play and gold features, etc.
So many of us are familiar with the story about how console version did get stuck at around Alpha 15 and hasn't been updated since. But we're all very thrilled to hear that you've resumed working on the console version and then an update will come out at some point in the future. But can you just is there anything that you can add to how this story unfolded, and what would a console update look like for someone who's already purchased the game?
We don't want to go really into the past too much. I mean, Telltale went insolvent and our product got stuck in legal land for some good time. That left us in a bad spot. So we tried to move forward with the business model that we had, which was PC. And when we finally got the rights back, we made some decisions based on that PC community, and kind of outgrew the old hardware, so to speak, and went through a bad process of not supporting one code base for all systems, which that was in other people's decisions. We weren't able to make those decisions because we weren't paying for it. This time we're paying for it. So we're able to make those decisions that are proper to make it so it can be a unified code base that supports hopefully all SKUs the same way. We are excited that we have an external team working on it, and they've been working on it for a few months, 6 months or so, and they're ramping up and they're making some progress. We're getting more hardware for our developers to port it with them. And our hope, there's a lot of factors in this thing. Basically, we'd like to support full res textures, full draw distance, 10K worlds, persistent servers for console players, and crossplay. And there's a lot of work and a lot of technical uncertainty surrounding these goals. Sony and Microsoft have to sign off on those things. You can't just say, I want to do crossplay. They have to say, yeah, we'll let you. You've made a good you've given us a good reason to want to support that and green light that, because it is their hardware, it's not ours. So we are just hoping that they will support those decisions. As far as legacy console version people, we do have a strong desire to discount the new game for those players, and but again, that's in Microsoft and Sony's realm. They have to agree to this, and if it's even technically possible, given the fact that the original SKU was owned by Telltale and is a different back end than what we have. As you can see, it's a complicated nest there, and we're trying to navigate it and make all parties happy at the same time. We don't know for sure, but it looks like next year we can do a drop. No commitment yet, because the things that you can't promise something that isn't running on all the hardware with all features we have intended for it to release. But there's a possibility to get it out next year with an interim release and then do another release for gold. That's our hope.
Yeah, so that's first, that is 3 crates on the front. That's for the Alpha 22.
So all this, just another prefacing it here, this is all Alpha 22 plus. Keep that in mind, everybody, that probably the rest of what you're going to see is 22 plus. So
yeah, if you don't want spoilers, shut it down.
Now's the time. There we go. It is up. So do you see on the stream we have the Raider Bandit?
Okay. Yeah. This is the Raider Bandit. So what we do, character artists, well, all the modeling team actually, we get a concept in when we start with a high poly model, and it's a virtual sculpture, and so that's what this is. It's a Raider Bandit high poly model. Actually, I think all of the character models we're going to show, like Lathan and Justin said, are Alpha 22 or beyond.
Yes.
We've been working hard to get all these character models done. We got a lot of work done. It's just take some time to get everything hooked up and in the game. So yeah, next alpha or beyond for all the character art.
Yep, definitely.
So yeah, like I said, this is the Raider Bandit high poly, and then this next slide is the low poly resolution model. This is the one that's actually runs around in game. This one's untextured. It's just showing the construction of it here.
Yeah. It looks really good. Move to the next one.
So, sure. Yeah, we have several models, a lot of bandits in the that are done basically, and a lot of player character models too. And if you show the next slide, this is the textured version of one of the bandit models. A lot of work goes into these. It takes a good bit of time to do them.
Yeah, and these guys work really hard on trying to get everything balanced for the game too, because there's a lot of graphical limitations that we run into, and they have to kind of juggle a bunch of texture to get everything looking the way they want in game, which is pretty challenging.
Yeah.
So hats off to them.
Yeah, great job. Moved on to the Wasteland Assassin.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. One of the favorites that I've worked on, at least. So again, this is the higher resolution model of the Wasteland Assassin. It's a player character model, so once all this work is in the game, it will be something that you can wear and use in the game. It's a multiple piece set, so there's what I think like 6 parts to this that would be swappable. Sorry guys, the lag is pretty bad. I'm hearing myself in my own head right now.
You should be able to mute the stream if that's really
yeah. I have it turned way down, so that's okay. Yeah, so the high resolution model for the Wasteland Assassin, there's a lot of fine tuning with this. A lot of work that goes into these to make sure they all work together, but at the same time you work to make them look unique and stand alone as unique sets. So
the cloth on this was amazing. You did such an amazing, I mean, everything's amazing, but just the cloth folds and the holes and rips and tears and stuff, that's a lot of work, and very technical. It's great. It looks really, really awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, some of these you can maybe zoom in. I don't know if you can do that on your side, Lathan, but I know some of the character artists might, the guys coming up might appreciate that if we're able to zoom in on some of this stuff. But Lee actually helped me render this one out. This is kind of a preview of what the textured model would look like, although this is not the textured model. This is actually the high resolution model that he rendered out in Keyshot. So some of the things are sort of like placeholder temp, like material wise, but it'll give you a good idea of what it'll eventually look like in the game. And I'm about ready to start the texturing process for this model. So nearing completion of this character.
Cool.
Yeah, the scissors, so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea is, he doesn't have all the best equipment in the world, like you would hope to in a post-apocalyptic world. So he has things like like, yeah, scissors. He's got some pencils in his pouch. Just whatever he can throw and kill zombies with, or stab them with. He's got it.
Love it.
I think there's some stealth perks with this guy too. I'm not 100% certain on all the perks that you have with the set, but I'm looking forward to playing with this set.
Yeah. No, wait, you have another side, don't you? Pretty sure.
I do, yeah. I should.
Oh, is that right there? Yeah. Or is there
I'm
one
assuming
more
it
after this?
switched.
Yeah, I
Yes.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, more of the same. I mean, it's the back views of the model. Can't get them all on one slide, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kind of highlighting some of the detail of the back of this this character set.
Cool. No, it looks great.
Yeah,
Good
it
job
looks
on this.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, all great work. And then some really great work to, with the next couple guys to show. Brett and Lee will be showing their awesome character work.
Okay. Well, thank you again, Joel. We'll go ahead and get
Yeah, awesome work, Joel.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. So, and okay, now the only thing I think Brett may have his. Wait, no, don't return. Cancel. Keep trying. Okay.
Yeah, next up is
So-
Brett Riley, senior character artist.
Brett, I'm not seeing you or hearing you. There you go. Yeah, now I am. Perfect. Okay. So let me get you on.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear
And we
you.
can see you. Look at that.
Hey, good deal.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of lag, so I think I got this.
You could refresh the tab of the stream to try and it'll get it where it's less lag or less of a delay. You'll still have a little bit. I mean, that's just inherent with Twitch.
Okay, there I am. I showed up a little bit of lag. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So give me just a moment, but go ahead and talk about yourself for a minute while I do this part.
Sure. My name is Brett Riley. I've been a video game artist for over 20 years, coming from Disney. I've worked with id Software, a lot of these guys, for quite a long time, and for the Fun Pimps for about like 3.5 years now. So pretty much just enjoy working and hanging and creating art all day. So.
Okay, I need like 30 more seconds.
Okay.
Downloading some images.
Yeah, I thought I had everybody's. Actually,
Nope.
Yeah, go ahead for just another moment. And
Yeah, so people were asking about what kind of programs we use for the high poly. That's a lot of the sculpting is done in a program called ZBrush, and so that it's just like a sculpting program, entirely high poly. And then we use Max, Maya, or Blender to do our low poly forms, and that pretty much is you're going to take the cast from the high poly to the low poly, and then we're going to bring that into Substance Painter. Is one of the major ones that we use to sit there and color all kind of stuff. So for some of the aspiring artists, those are the main programs we use. Movies kind of use some other different types of programs, but games are kind of broken down from that. So, okay, I see my characters up on
Yes.
screen.
you are ready.
Good, good. This is actually one of the bandits. It's Overlord. He's the level 3. I kind of didn't really have a concept for this, so I just kind of just bullshitted until I kind of found some forms that I liked. Mad Max inspired. I did work on Rage with a lot of the guys from id Software, so I brought in some of the tribal aspects. You know, he's got bones, shards, the skulls from the kills. Trying to just, whenever I do a creature or a character or anything like, I try to make sure that the front and the back is, there's an interest, there's a story that goes along with these. So I try to kind of like not just focus on one thing, because of course in a game you're seeing the whole character all around. Plus also the fact as a big player, I like to sit there and have a cool character if I can make it. So this was done in ZBrush. and just rendered out of it. So you can go to the next screen, please.
Okay.
Okay, this is the low poly version. Now, somebody I did see in the stream was saying like it's not really low poly. We did up the poly limits to these guys. They're sitting around 35 to 45,000 polys. But it's still considered to be a low poly compared to like I think this guy came in around 21 million polys to do the high poly. So I consider that less. But so again, it's just trying to pay attention to the forms. We have to work with animation, and of course, know the loops and flow of the character, anatomy, and animation, how it kind of is going to work. So you take an account of that. And thankfully, we have a really good animation team that kind of helps make our characters look solid in game. So the next one's fine.
And they asked me to zoom in a little bit on it so they can see.
Oh, yeah. If you guys want to zoom in, that can actually help. Yeah, and this character, this is again going into substance. And so when I'm painting, of course, just doing the high poly, you have an idea of what the color is going to look like. You know, if you have a concept, which I didn't, I was just kind of trying to think of something that would separate him from the other bandits. You would have to see him from distance. So I went with more of a basic, black, white kind of feature to stick out. But then I tried to bring in some snake skin, things that I found around. I also have like, he's a budding artist. So I did like, he drew like little king symbol because he's the boss. I have his kill ratio. So you can see on some of the things I actually have, little check marks of how many guys he's killed. So fun things like that. And to try to bring him so you can, get an idea of what he's about before you ever get a chance to meet him. He's not very friendly, though. That's pretty much what I intended him not to be.
Brett's one of the best storyteller when it comes to his characters, his loves, coming up with things to put on that character that just tells a story. So as soon as you see them, it gives a lot of background information about that character, and it just has a lot of really cool style.
Thanks, Justin. Yeah, it's fun to do, and it's like this, and I do add a lot of stuff sometimes to the detriment, which we'll see in the next character. I got myself kind of underneath a hell of a lot of work. But this is where, like I said, as a player myself, I like to sit there and see this stuff. And yeah, this is Mad Max, inspired, rage and everything. Okay, here's the other character. This guy actually is a player character. He's called the Hoarder. I initially was starting off on another character concept, but I kind of got ahead of myself, and I just kind of kept adding to where I pretty much created a whole nother character. This guy, I don't know, to me, if I was in the zombie world, I would be picking up and be a kleptomaniac thinking I have to, I might be able to use this to kill a zombie. I might be able to use this to survive. And so I kind of just added everything. I almost put a kitchen sink, literally. I was joking with Justin about it. So this guy is fun to do. I mean, if you want to zoom in on him, this is where I also put a lot of Easter eggs, which I love to do in all the games I've worked on. I've worked on over 30 games. So I have a tendency to just put tiny little things for people to pick up. This guy is probably the most Easter eggs I've ever put on a character. So you'll see within the textures once you get to them. But so I have the teddy bear that's on the drone. I have the whiskey bottle from, Rick's face on it. Certain things like once we go to the textures, you'll see it. But this is, there's 5, the helmet, the torso, the hands, the boots, the back, and the front pack. The backpack comes, they're all like different pieces. So the torso will pretty much be the front and the backpack, and then the helmet, the hands, and the boots will separate off. So, but yeah, I definitely had fun with this guy. He's pretty much 3 characters in one. He was a bitch. Here's the low poly forms. This guy got up to be about 60,000 polys just due to the fact of how many things are in or out. Some of the elements. I couldn't make everything an element to make it easier on animation to move. I wish I did. Spend a little bit more polys from it, but an element is where 2 objects are just separated by themselves, so an animator can sit there and have different weights on them in case I'm using language that somebody doesn't know. But yeah, this guy came in and it took some time to get him done. And if you want to go to the next slide, Lathan.
There we go.
Okay. And this is the final in-game asset textured. And you might want to zoom into this one if you don't mind. So on him, you're going to find a lot of the coffee, the gum, the packs. I have, a book on how to survive in the zombie world. I have pretzels on there. Of course, my name is Brett, so I kind of done that. I have moldy cornbread on the top there because he just kind of forgot. He put it up there and it started to spoil. I have, this is, I'm going to let some of you guys find some of the Easter eggs on it, but just kind of like I was having fun just putting stuff on there. Now there was, on the one side, I do have a gallon of milk. I really wanted to make it translucent and have some like hard ass milk just, gelderfied in there, just bouncing around. But again, technical issues and a couple of things to kind of push it. I couldn't quite do that. And there's a toaster. There's the teddy bear from the drone.
It just went curdled. The milk.
Yeah, curdled. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. Yeah, I wanted to have like a curdled thing in the milk, just kind of jiggling around as the animation gets in there. So there's like a lot of the stuff that Brian was showing you earlier from the candies and everything else. So he's got them on his legs, and I was also using those as color hits to have your eye move around, and sort of like Rembrandt used to do a lot of stuff with beautiful colors and things to have the viewer move around the piece. So that's pretty much what I used, a lot of the color to flow around the character for people to kind of see him. So, but he was a blast. He was a bitch, but he was a blast to kind of get done. But so hopefully you guys will have fun intermixing and playing with this character. I honestly think that he should be able to carry a lot of stuff for you guys, but he also should be, if you get him in your party, you're gonna be like, damn, zombies are coming, because he makes a lot of noise. I thought that'd be kind of funny to have some fun with. But
oh, Brett, somebody said they love the socks, which is kind of a later addition.
Yeah, yeah, that was actually, I had skin showing, and that was going to be another draw call because we're going to have to throw in the body. So Joel, H, and the guys were talking about throwing on, and I think Justin was telling me about the 70s socks. So I went back to the old days and kind of put on some of the old American socks from him. Yeah, he kind of evolved. He's got a lot of stuff in there. There's pieces I actually forgot that I put in there, but. Yeah, once you guys see the animation that Adam did on this, it really makes him come to life, which is pretty cool to see a character, something you've been static for so long, actually get in the game moving. So
cool. This looks great.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Job, man.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Hi. Thank you, Brett.
Thanks, Brett.
Thank you.
Let's see. Now we have Lee. Lee does not have a camera, so you're going to be hearing Lee, but that's fine.
Yeah, Lee Imes is a senior character artist. It's one of the, I think he's the newest character artist, but he's been here for a little while. Extremely talented, like all the other character guys.
For some reason it wants to show. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it's really just going to show blank. Okay, well, Lee, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Perfect. Okay, let me make sure your stuff is in and ready. But if you want to tell everybody about yourself.
What's up? Character artist, 23 years of experience. I also worked at ID with Brett. Actually, I think all of the artists on this team worked at ID, and I don't know if I can speak for everybody else, but I can speak for myself. I'd rather work here than ID.
Yeah, there was a comment about that earlier, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody made some comment, and I'm like, dude, Bum Pets is way better than ID. Way better.
Yeah.
Lot more creative freedom, a lot more fun. People here just better. It's just better.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure.
We love you too.
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, I'm gonna need like 30 seconds. So
Oh,
I should
gosh.
really make it where you can't see me while I'm
Yeah,
so
so now I
focused
gotta-
doing this. You know, like
Yeah, now I gotta tell people about my life story.
yes, start with at the age of 5. You.
Yeah, I need that much time. Okay.
I'm kidding. You don't need that much time, but
I can tell people about Lee. Lee's been just kicking A. I mean, he's coming in and doing a bunch of really cool technical stuff that we've needed for a while. Working on really cool updated hair cards and balancing textures and materials with kind of a janky, engine material system. So he's done a lot of awesome stuff with the limitations that he has.
okay, now remember, everybody, this is 22 or beyond. So,
Spoiler
as you
alert.
see this, remember.
Right.
Okay. But go ahead.
Okay, so basically, originally the task was to just do heads, but what ended up happening was the heads didn't really match the bodies, and so the task kind of grew, and I ended up, me and Joel and Adam worked together, and we reworked the anatomy and kind of reworked the proportions and to make the animations look better and make the characters look better in game. And so this is kind of our starting base male is this particular gentleman. And there's a back view of him as well, if we want to see that.
Oh,
no problem.
There you go.
Yeah, so front and back. So I worked with Joel to try to get it, make sure, and Adam to make sure it fit our rig, and we made sure that it deformed properly. I wish it's too bad we're not showing some of those animations. That'd be nice.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I guess we can go to some of the next one. Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever, just to touch on that a little more, whenever Lee first came on, there was a lot of just proportions that guys weren't happy with, and the guys got together and fixed a lot of stuff. So resized the hands and arm length and stuff like that, and just really made a huge difference proportion wise, which is all set up for future models.
Exactly. This is in our Unity model viewer, so it's pretty close to what you'll see in game. We have some other tabs in here.
Yep. Moving on to the next one.
Yeah. I've just got a couple more examples of blackmails and how we can expect to hopefully see it in game.
Okay.
Yeah. And these characters actually are in game. So a lot of work went into trying to balance our shader as it exists in the game with our lighting, trying to play with the textures to see what's the recipe to make a character look good in our game. So I spent a fair bit of time with that with these guys, and so those are actual in-game screens. And
there's the next screen.
Sure. And these are some characters I've been working on recently. This is the Desert Gear 01. And I guess we can zoom in and look around on him a little.
So there's the front shot.
You gotta zoom into the hair too. That's
yeah, he's like a righteous bro, dude.
That's right.
He likes hiking and he eats granola. Righteous dude.
Came from
I'm
Colorado.
sure there's people in chat right now who are attacked by what you're doing. I like granola. What's
this dude's awesome, man. I would totally
what's
hang
wrong
out
with
him.
that?
Granola, bro.
I would totally hang out with this dude.
Oh, but okay. So yeah, do you want me to move on to the next one?
Yeah, sure.
Oh well, that's
Somebody
back.
can do so.
I guess that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, this is a back view just to show some of his gear. This is a desert gear. I didn't want it to be quite as packed out as our crazy super packed out dude that Brett worked on, but you know, he still has some stuff that he's found along the trail that he needs to help him survive.
Okay.
I like the duct tape too.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to like when I made this character, I thought he had a bunch of junk on his backpack. But then when you look at Brett's, he's like, he doesn't have anything.
He's empty.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is based off of the. So I'm also worked on a base female that Adam and I worked together to fit the male rig. So believe it or not, she and the male can share animations, so that will be good. All right, and so yeah, I didn't show a base female just because that could be controversial, but this is the base female with desert gear clothing.
Yeah, so cool. Love this one.
Okay, and then there's the backside.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing at the comments. Somebody said Jen who? Like Jen just got replaced.
Oh, poor Jen. Yeah. Okay. And there's another one.
Yeah, and that's just an up close of the first female portrait. More to come.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, and I think yeah, no, that's it. Well,
awesome. Cool. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks Lee.
Thanks Lee. Great work.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go back. This. Boot Lee out. Sorry, Lee. And then actually, are we showing? Do we want to go back to your? Don't you have Alpha 22
yep.
stuff?
Yeah, there's just a few. Try to get through them.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's not bad. Talk about something for a second. Your choice. Whatever.
All right. Yeah. So another spoiler alert with stuff coming up if somebody doesn't want to see A22 or beyond. So, we were working with the concept guys on some other concepts, and we kind of had some ideas based on some of the designs to start thinking about, what we want to do for gold in certain areas of the game. And so, what you're about to see is some of the ideas for pushing for that. We're getting real serious about gold, and like those guys that just really want to get there, strong. So we're working with different really talented people to try to make it happen. So we're excited about it.
And there we go.
You're excited about it.
Remember, everybody, Alpha 22. So just keep that in mind. Well, 22 plus. Sorry, yeah. Plus. Oh my God, I messed that up. Yeah, plus.
But maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe we'll get it in. So yeah, this is some of the ideas that we're throwing around for just a little bit cleaner UI. So we want to have a UI that is a little more grid based. So we have kind of some issues with some overlapping things currently. So we're just playing around with having a system that doesn't encroach, the different areas don't encroach onto other segments of the screen, and having it be fully dynamic so you can kind of move stuff around and everything is kind of similar to what you already know. And there's still adjustments being made for the designs on all these. So we won't know if stuff really works until we get it all in and kind of be able to play test it and see how it feels.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, a little sneak peek on UI stuff.
Yeah, that's not the final, but that's what we're looking at. It looks great.
All right, so everybody was asking about drivable player vehicles. We've got some ideas in the pipe that we're playing around with, and this is just kind of a small look at a couple of those ideas. And yes, that is a toilet on the back of a mini bike.
It's not as crappy as it seems. Sorry, I had to. I really had to.
That was crappy.
I'm sorry.
So Joel Hunick and the concept artist and me, kind of jammed on these for a while and just came up with all kinds of ideas, and we weren't really ready to move forward on them yet because we weren't solidified on the character rig and the character bones. So now that those are a little more solid, we can do some fitment tests, with those characters and put them in the back of the truck and put them, standing on the side. Or we also have like an upgrade to the mini bike that has like a 2-seater. So we're throwing around ideas with having the player characters be able to ride Dumb and Dumber style on the mini bike or whatever. So there's some fun ideas that we're kind of playing around with, but this is just a small sneak peek. We've got a lot more concepts made. We just didn't want to show them all. Just a little teaser.
Yeah. Okay. Next one.
Yep. All right. So just a lot of talk about endgame and just trying to figure out what that's going to be. What you do whenever you travel to Dukes, what you do when you travel to Noah's, where those are going to be located, what all's in the interior. So we had, this is a couple of ideas that we were throwing around for, those locations and how they would look, and just having a lot of interesting elements. And crazy enough, we've actually built a lot of parts that we can use already in the game for most of these structures, but we're still kind of toying with some of the ideas on the interior, trying to figure those out. So that's going to be A22 whenever we're really starting to have those talks about what all you do when you come to these locations, and how you interact with the in-game characters and stuff like that. But just another little teaser, kind of throwing around some ideas, and I hope you guys are excited about some of the stuff for the end game that we're talking about.
Yeah, that looks great.
You can zoom in, Lathan, if you want. Those should be little.
Yeah.
Possibly. Actually, I don't know if those are.
No, I mean that's
too high res.
Doesn't look bad.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Some inspiration from a movie. I'm sure somebody could probably name it. But you can go over to Noah's.
There we go.
Cool. Yeah, just trying to figure out a way to make a concrete bunker interesting, and just trying to play around with gantries and layers and just height. And also, we don't know if we can do it yet, but throwing around an idea of like trying to build this into a mountainside. So I have some ideas. Level designers, I think, have some ideas as well. but hopefully we'll be able to pull it off. We'll see. But yeah, just another little teaser.
Cool.
And that's about it.